Before you buy, guy here. In this video, we're taking a look at the Vivoactive 4 smartwatch from Garmin. I've been working hard doing all the product research and checking out all the reviews so that you don't have to. Stick around. They're a multinational manufacturer of technology and they specialise in GPS, marine and aviation and obviously smartwatches. Garmin operates in several countries, including the UK, the US and Taiwan. Most of the manufacturing, we believe, is done in Taiwan. The Vivoactive 4 is just one of the smartwatches on offer from Garmin. Other watch options include the Venue, the Phoenix, Instinct and the Forerunner range. The Vivoactive does seem to be a bit cheaper priced than some of these other high-end watches. Now this watch comes in a variety of different colour options. You can have light gold, rose gold, silver stainless steel or slate stainless steel. There's a wide range of bands that you can get with the watch, and there's a whole bunch of aftermarket bands. So you can pretty much buy any aftermarket band that you like off eBay or Amazon or any other watch band website or even a watch store. You'll be able to use that band, stick it on your watch. It really gives you great customization. There's two different options for size on this watch. You can get the 4S, which is the smaller version. It's a 40mm watch, or the Vivoactive 4, the larger watch, 45mm. It's really a personal preference. If you do have a bigger hand or you like bigger watches, the 4 might be a great option. The 4S, a little bit smaller. If you have a small wrist or you prefer a smaller watch, that could be an option for you. It is worth noting that there is no price difference between the two watches. Now this watch face is covered in Gorilla Glass 3, quite a tough glass. The touchscreen is a 260 by 260 pixel display. The 40mm 4S comes with the industry standard 18mm band and weighs 40 grams. Now the 45mm watch comes with a 22mm band and weighs 50.5 grams. According to Garmin, the battery life for this device is actually up to 8 days, which is pretty good. The GPS mode with music up to 6 hours and GPS mode without music up to 18 hours. Now this watch is water resistant, rated at 5 ATM. What does that mean? Apparently it's resistant to splashes, rain or snow. You can shower with this watch, swim or dive in the water and go snorkeling. You can't go scuba diving or high-speed water sports. A lot of the features on this watch are pretty standard that you would expect to get. It does tell the time and have the date. It does automatically update for daylight savings. It has an alarm clock, a stopwatch, GPS with speed and distance tracking. It's got a compass and a step counter. It does track your sleep and your heart rate. This watch has the smartwatch notifications such as emails and texts straight to your wrist. One of the features of this watch is that music can be downloaded straight to the device, which means you can go on a run. If you want to listen to music without your phone with you, you can do so directly through the watch. That's really handy. A lot of other watches don't have that feature. This watch will tell you how many calories that you've estimated to burn for a specific day, and it does have some specific features for cycling, for golf, and for swimming. This is compatible with both Apple and Android devices. Now this watch does have the ability to pay using Garmin Pay. Now I'm not sure that Garmin Pay has as many banks that support it as Apple Pay or Google Pay, but there is a huge list of banks that do support it. We went on their website and we found a massive list. If you're wanting to use that feature, I'd recommend that you have a look just to make sure your bank is included in that list. You don't want to buy it and then later find out that your bank doesn't support it. When you're unboxing, you're going to find 3 things in your box only: 1 smartwatch, 1 charging cable, and 1 instruction manual. Now this charging cable is a proprietary charging cable. You won't be able to get any other charging cable apart from the one that comes with it. So if you are going to buy this watch, make sure you don't lose that cable. There are a few accessories that Garmin would be happy to sell you, including some smart bike lights. Having a look at what the Android Authority has to say about this watch. Pretty positive with an 8.8 out of 10. They say it's really convenient to have the Garmin Pay. They think that the music storage is great and it's got a good battery life, fairly accurate fitness tracking. The only negative that they mention is it's got a fairly high price. Android Authority wants to point out the Vivoactive 4 is an upgrade from the Vivoactive 3 and it's certainly a good mid-range sport watch. It's not as flashy as some of the other Garmin watches like the Venu, but that might be a good thing. It has a more readable display and a longer battery life. It's a great fitness tracker, but as a smartwatch, it could be better. If you're looking for something that's more focused on the fitness side of things, this could be a good option for you. At techradar.com, they've given it 4 out of 5 stars. Great exercise tracking, great that it's got GPS. They love that it's got on-watch music streaming. Some of the negatives from TechRadar include the heart rate broadcast mode doesn't work that well. There's no performance or conditioning training, and Spotify integration could be better. TechRadar does go into a bit of detail about the battery. 4 to 5 days of battery life is more realistic, up to 8 days with no tracking. In a real world setting, you're not going to expect to get 8 days life out of this battery. I guess if you do want to buy this watch, be prepared to charge it every few days rather than once a week. And this is pretty normal with all smartwatches. Almost all devices that come with a battery, the manufacturer is going to try and sell how long their battery can last. But in the real world, it's never going to last as long as the manufacturer says. Keep that in mind. But overall, this particular smartwatch does have a battery that lasts a lot longer than some other smartwatches. Having a look at tomsguide.com, it's a well-rounded, fitness-focused smartwatch, better than the Vivoactive 3, more bells and whistles. It comes in 2 sizes, great. It's got 2-button navigation, built-in music storage. Again, that's a real positive of this watch. Tom's Guide tells us that the Vivoactive 4 is a little bit pricey for what it offers in comparison to the competitors. But again, if you're looking for fitness tracking, this is a great watch. Garmin's watches are fantastic if that's what you're focused on. Jumping into some of the customer reviews for this watch, the Google reviews were mainly positive. 4.5 stars from 514 reviewers. Most of the complaints are about inaccurate tracking for the heart rate, GPS or sleep. This is pretty common with all smartwatches. So they're not medical devices. It really depends on how you wear the watch and what position it's sitting on your wrist as to how accurate your tracking is going to be. It's not a medical device. It's going to give you a good estimate for your heart rate, for your sleep, but you can't rely on it. It's not medical grade. I haven't found a smartwatch yet that is, so this particular watch is no different. The accuracy is not 100%. Keep that in mind. Some of the people were complaining about that in the Google reviews. Some users also complained that the screen was not bright enough during the daylight, and others found the watch difficult to work out how to use all the features. The majority of reviews were positive. There was a few 1-star and 3-star reviews, but most people had really good things to say about this watch. Battery life was another complaint that customers had. A lot of people wanted to point out that the battery life that's advertised by Garmin is not the same as the real battery life you're going to get. We mentioned this already. Charging the watch every 8 days, that's just not realistic. It's going to be every 2 to 3 days, maybe up to 4 days. It depends how you use the device. So to summarize, most of the customer and web reviews for this watch are pretty positive. Being made by a reputable company that has lots of experience in the smartwatch space, the Vivoactive 4 is a more refined and feature-rich product than its predecessors. It's cheaper than the high-end Garmin watches and cheaper than a Samsung or an Apple Watch. Well, I hope you got some value out of today's video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It's a couple of clicks for you, it makes a huge difference to us. Be sure to click on our channel and check out some of our other videos. See you next time.